Hi everyone, welcome to the class on thrust and pressure. Do you know the effect of force on area of contact? Could you tell why the camel was faster than the horse in the desert? Why are caterpillar tracks used in battle tanks instead of tires? Caterpillar tracks means a long chains. Long chains and broad chains called as caterpillar tracks.
Seems like you are hungry.
Huh?
Why don't you have an apple?
Oh.
Hooray!
No, don't use the blunt knife. Use the sharp knife. Looks like you want to go ahead with the blunt knife only. See,
Huh?
you are
Oh.
finding it difficult to cut the apple now. Now, try cutting with the sharp knife.
Why is it difficult to cut vegetables with a blunt knife? Do you know why a sharp knife can cut easily than a blunt knife? Try to fix a nail into the wall with its tip pointing towards the wall. The nail moves easily into the wall. Here, the force applied is perpendicular to the surface. The force acting on an object perpendicular surface is called as thrust. Thrust is a vector quantity. The unit of thrust is same as the unit of force, that is Newton. A body always exerts a force equal to its weight on any surface supporting it. Now let us perform an activity to know the change in effect of force with area of contact. Take a pencil. Push its rounded end on your palm. Now push from the other side of the pencil so that the sharp end is on your palm. Observe the changes. We observe that the effect of force depends on area of contact. When there is a decrease in the area of contact, the effect of force increases. Let us perform an activity to identify the effects of force. Take two trays. Fill both the trays with fine sand. Now take two rectangular bricks of equal mass and similar shape. That means thrust is same because weight of two equal masses are same. So here thrust is same. Put one brick vertically in one tray. Put the other brick horizontally in the second tray. Observe the changes. We observe that the brick standing vertically sinks deeper in sand than the bricks standing horizontally. The depth to which the brick sinks in the first tray is deeper than that in the second tray. So from these observations, finally we learn that if area of contact is less, effect of force is more. If area of contact is more, effect of force is less. If we use a larger area, we are spreading out the force and the pressure becomes smaller. So students, my dear students, we can say that effect of force does not depends only on force. It also depends on area. That's why we need other concept in physics. That concept is pressure. Pressure means the thrust acting on unit area of the surface is called as pressure. Pressure is equal to thrust per unit area. Unit of thrust is Newton. Unit of area is meter square. So the SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square. Is also called as Pascal in the honor of scientist Blaise Pascal, denoted by PA. Let us take one example. A sharp knife cuts more easily than a blunt knife. This is because the sharp knife, due to its thin edge, exerts the force applied by our hand on a smaller area. So it exerts greater pressure on the object. whereas the blunt knife, due to its thick edge, does not increase the force acting on a large area of the object. Thus, the pressure decreases. Let us take other example. A girl with heel shoe exerts a higher pressure on the ground than an elephant. Students, from the definition it is clear. Smaller the area, more will be the pressure. The elephant exerts a large amount of force on the ground because of its heavy weight. The area of the heels of the girl's shoes is much smaller in comparison with the area covered by the feet of the elephant. Although the girl exerts a small force on the ground due to her weight, she exerts higher pressure on the ground in comparison to that of an elephant. Here is other example. The buses and trucks have to carry greater weight, which exerts greater pressure on the tires. The pressure on them is reduced by increasing the area of the tires. Bulky animals like the camel can easily cross the desert compared to lighter animals like horses or donkeys, because the camel exerts very small pressure on the ground as it has very broad feet, whereas horses or donkeys exerts more pressure on the ground as it has feet with lesser area of contact with the ground. So let us discuss one more example. Why broad chains for tankers? Army tankers are much heavier than the ordinary vehicles if they are provided with tides. They cannot withstand the weight of the tanker and may result in the bursting of tides. In addition to this, the tankers have to move through deserts, forests and hill places. To satisfy all these conditions and make the usage of tankers effective, wheels are designed with broad chains. These broad chains occupy more area than the tides, thereby exerting less pressure on the ground. This enables an easy movement. When we stand on loose sand, our feet sink deep in the sand, whereas when we lie down on the same, our body does not sink deep. Why is this so? Because the maximum pressure will be exerted when the area of contact with the ground is minimum, and minimum pressure will be exerted when the area of contact with the ground is maximum.